Hi, I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. I'm in my Bangor yard and I have a whole load of nucs here. I've got 45 colonies in all, of which 30 something are nucs. And these nucs are resource nucs. Not quite the same, but very similar to the way that Michael Palmer uses nucs to be resources. And this is the way I'm going to have nucs make lots of other nucs. So this is the way I'm going to do it. So I'm going to show you a little bit what we've got right now. We've got lots of nucs, a few colonies that have been started up, and some resources here. There's a bit of honey getting rubbed out of one or two of these over these resources here. So they're going to be made use of. And I'm going to start over here. I'm going to go through these nucs. I'll go through these nucs, and I'm going to make more nucs. Lots of frames of foundation and that sort of stuff with me. I'm going to go through those, go through these, go through those, if I have time and if the weather holds up. We've got a break in the weather for a change, where the weather forecast tells me I'll get a few hours going. Well, wouldn't that be nice? Because we haven't had three hours without rain during the daytime for quite some time. So let's get started. These nucs haven't been thinned out in over a week, so I'm hoping that I can take a frame of resources, frame of brood from most of them, but I don't know, because I'm only planning to leave about 3 frames of bees and resources in each hive. So we'll see how it goes, because I want about a frame and a half to 2 frames of brood in each nuc, and a frame of resources and enough bees to keep them covered up. So this one looks okay. This nuc is not bursting. Plenty of honey in them still. That can go away. Nice frame of emerging brood. Of course, what I have to do is make sure I've got the queen on each one. Left behind, that is. So I'm not looking to take the queen away, I'm looking to requeen the others. Now I can see that these bees here are suffering from a lack of protein. They've cut down their brood production quite a bit. They've got plenty of fresh young brood, but they've cut it down. They're working within the resources. I don't see any stored pollen right now. Plenty of brood about to emerge. A little bit of it just starting to emerge. So these are great to make nucs from. Would have been quite handy if it emerged a few days ago and they were making more use. Got some resources here. By resources I mostly mean honey, I don't see pollen. I've got to find the queen. I don't want to thin it out unless I can find the queen if I can help it. she is. Nice queen there. On this frame of emerging brood. Next to a frame of resources. I'm going to take one frame. Younger brood here. Let's see what I've got here. Got older brood, mixture of emerging brood and younger brood in here. So this is going in this nuke. And this colony is going to get a frame of foundation. I may have a bit of honey over there, so let me go get some. Plenty of resources hanging around. So I'll put this frame of foundation next to the brood so they build it. Put this frame of resources here where they can use it. And also what I'm going to do, I'm going to give them a little bit of pollen patty. It's a mixture of sugar syrup and pollen substitute. That's going to be plenty for them to go on. Get them through the next spell of weather. This one's a little bit bigger, a little bit more fresh wax on here. Nice frame of resources. They've got a little bit of pollen stored. I'll use that. Oh no, there's a queen here. There's a queen here. And we've got some pollen. And I see some young brood. So this one's going ahead, albeit slowly. I think they've recently requeened. Shake some bees out of this one, but otherwise don't think a lot of that one. So that one's not quite ready to, strong enough to thin out. Substitute that. Now these guys haven't managed to draw any comb this week, because, partially because there's not enough bees there yet, but also because of this weather. And I don't have feeders on all of these nucs. nice little frame of brood, half a frame of brood here. It'll be fine for that nuke if I can find the queen. Frame of emerging brood. Full of eggs, and here's the queen right there. It's full of eggs, resources. So that one can stay. This one can stay. I must say I like this one, so I'm taking this one. This nuke is now done. I'm going to put a frame of foundation in it. This colony is coming along, getting a frame of foundation, getting some pollen patty, and a basement. I'm putting frames of honey in here. I also like to take off some of the cappings. And that makes it more readily accessible to the bees. They don't see it as an obstacle to take it out, because sometimes they'll be a bit reluctant to uncap capped honey. So this one's done. This one certainly needs thinning out. foundation is great when they turn it into a lovely frame of brood like that. So using nucs to make your bees and make your frames of brood also makes you frames of comb drawn out, which is really good. Gold dust. And here's the queen. Great big fat queen on a frame of emerging brood. So she's going to stay here. I can take this frame for this nuc. And I'm going to take a frame emerging brood for another nuc. That up like that. If these were being fed, this would have been fully drawn out by now. Because of the weather, not much going on. Queens on this frame. Take another nice frame of brood. Partial frame of resources. These back. Leave this alone. Out, nice frame of food. Take the wrappings off. Okay, after a few hours, I have gone through the 35 nukes and removed 14 nukes that will get requeened next. So each of these nukes has been thinned down to probably 2 frames of brood, more or less 2 frames of brood and a frame of resources. These 2-story colonies have been made up from nukes that didn't make it, and they're getting requeened and stuff. But nukes that don't make it get combined and put into these boxes, and they will become my honey producers later. So in a week, 35 nukes have given me a harvest of 14 nukes. So now what I'll do is I will go off to one of my other yards, put these nukes down, put a new queen in each one, and in 3 weeks' time they'll be ready for resale. I'm Peter Cowan, the Bee Whisperer. See you next time.